Now, I think, in fact, that exploring the different layers of their personality, for example, in my books and videos and different kinds of works that are appropriately reliable, which that in itself is a question worth asking. How can you consider a work to be reliable enough? But in any case, I think that of the 16 types, INFJs are probably among the most likely to benefit a lot from investigating and delving into works on their type. And I think that's for a few reasons. The first reason that comes to mind is INFJ is a pretty rare type. It's probably like either the rarest type or in the top 3 rarest types, with like ENFJ and ENTJ, or ENTJ and INTJ, something like that. And as a result, it's not necessarily easy to conjure up and to join like peer networks or peer groups of other INFJs, even people who unbeknownst to themselves are INFJs, but nevertheless peer groups that share the same issues and that you can find solidarity within. A lot of INFJs, and they've spoken to me about that as well, is that they kind of feel isolated, like they don't know where to get support, emotional support, intellectual support, psychological support, in addition to therapy, but also like to understand the specific INFJ experience. It's just not easy concretely to find people. And we know that the social element, the element of interacting with other people, to even externalize some of these issues, some of these challenges, can be very healing. So engaging with works can be a way for INFJs to in fact engage with the works, and also eventually with communities that congregate around the works. So for instance, there's my works, there's my YouTube channel, 15,000 followers, give or take. Also YouTube comments, my Discord server, which you can join, by the way, if you support me on Patreon. The link to my Patreon is below, and it's the lifeblood of my channel. I could not do it without you, so please consider supporting me there. In addition to the Discord, you get access to a bonus video, a deep dive into a topic of your choosing every 2-3 weeks. So again, the link is below. But in any case, that community is a peer community. Of course, there we talk about like deep topics, we talk about some brainy stuff sometimes, often. But we also joke around, we relate. It's a space to relate, and that can be very reparative, it can be very healing, it can be very centering, grounding for a lot of INFJs to have this kind of space. And often it takes place through initially engaging with personality theory, because again, the INFJ is just not like any type in terms of just how rare it is. Okay, this ought to not be taken for granted. The other aspect that I think makes the INFJ uniquely suited, or quite uniquely suited, to find much value in engaging with personality type and works around personality type and their type, is that the INFJ is a quite unusual and singular blend of feely and thinky. It's a type that loves to read, to take their time. NI dominance is not a function that goes fast. There's a certain comfort with being either the listener, the listening consumer, the reader, engaging with the author at one's own pace. Often facility with the written word, with verbal intelligence that characterizes a lot of INFJs, the particular intelligence of INFJs. And again, the sort of mix of feeling and thinking is one that you'll often find in works on personality types. In a sense, you need more of the thinking for structure, organization, coherence, consistency, but you need the feeling for sort of understanding the existential structure of the INFJ, the particular challenges of the INFJ, the empathetic openings towards creating a space for INFJs to connect and relate, to give substance to the structure that is itself more a product of thought. And INFJs look for both, and so to find a medium that is suited to their particular mind, the way their mind is cast, and also a type of interaction that allows them to connect despite the rarity of INFJs around them, really makes that particular kind of approach really valuable. And I think that's part of why I developed such a community. By the way, if you are interested in my books, you can get the Ecstatic Soul. That's my first book on the INFJ, a new look at the INFJ personality, the deepest investigation into the INFJ mind. Check the links below if you're interested. It's a good one. This one is a good one as well. The sequel, The Infinite Soul, INFJ Life in the Modern World, which is all about INFJs in a world that they find hostile, the modern world, and how they can find value, purpose, and meaning in it, and a vision for themselves. All right, that's the first link. Hopefully you enjoyed this vid, guys. Give me a like if you did, and see you soon. Bye-bye.